Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a May I Scrap With You. As you know, May of course is a full month-long May I Scrap With You, organized by my dear friend and partner in scrap, Crystal from Pineapple Papers. Now, I'm putting this layout up, I think probably a little bit into the first week, Tuesday, Wednesday, the sort of 6th or 7th or so of May, but it is actually the first layout that I did. As you know, I took some time to myself the end of last week and all weekend, and I was able to get back into my scrap room and start doing some layouts. And I knew it was May I Scrap With You. I didn't take the time, or I didn't have the time at that point, to look through and see what the list was, and the list that Crystal put together for the daily scrap lifts. And I really just, wanted to use my May collection obsession, the Vicky Bouton Flower Emporium, which you have seen, and to get a easy-ish for me scrap lift done. So you can see the layout that I'm scrap lifting up here in the corner, and it is by my friend Sarah Davies, who is, of course, the owner of Hey Little Magpie, a lovely, lovely store in the UK, online store in the UK. And you've heard me say this before, I love Sarah's style. She has a way of using few products and getting beautifully detailed and interesting layouts, and using all sorts of little bits and pieces. So I decided to just scrap lift Sarah. This layout was in my sort of scrap lift folder. So I wanted to start with that. I don't even know at this point whether Sarah is on the list, and if she is, when. But there you go, my friends. It's a May I Scrap Lift You, and it's a scrap lift done, and it's using my collection obsession, and it got me into my scrap room. So I used this lovely paper that you saw from the paper pad, together with this, which is from the, is it the Staples? The sort of background papers, and then this lovely paper that I used as my background, which is also from that same paper pack. So here's the layout. We just have a share today. So I used these papers. I used this lovely berry neutral to just sort of mat my photo, and then the B side of that to give an extra little mat here, and I used my punch here as well. So I matted my photo, did a separate mat, and you can see here that the background and the way I've got that organized is pretty much the same as Sarah's layout. So I used the lovely polka dot paper here, did some tearing, and inked the edges here with some crumb cake from Stampin' Up. I then used this green paper and my notebook edge punch to do a small strip that I would put down here, and a 49 and Market film strip. This is not in my collection obsession. I went into my 49 and Market stash and got this film strip that I put down the middle, so that the background is pretty much the same as Sarah's layout. Now I have my title also pretty much at the same, and that is from the collection. My embellishing is a little bit different, because rather than embellish down here in the corner the way Sarah did, I did it more up here at the top, so that I could keep pretty much everything in here. And I wanted a little bit of embellishing in this corner over here, because there was some sort of dead space there. So it gives me my diagonal in a different way than Sarah's, which was sort of this way instead, which is good, because I don't tend to do my diagonals this way from top right to bottom left. So it was a little bit of a fun challenge for me. So I got the photo down, then I used some of the chipboard from my collection obsession. This little floral, pop the leafy bit under here. This is where the magic happens. Top 5, because there are 5 in the photo. This will go into Joey's album when they went, this was the Masters, the golf tournament, the green jacket that they call it, was here in the Montreal area in 2024. So top 5, another couple of chipboard pieces, my title, which comes from the puffy stickers in the Flower Emporium, and then when I opened my drawer to get to my 49 and Market stash, there were these enamel dots from, I think maybe, was it Echo Park, just sort of there staring at me. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to pop those in for some finishing touches. And that is what I did. So I love this layout. It was fairly easy for me to put together. It got me back to having some fun in my scrap space and got my first layout with my collection obsession for May, based on the gorgeous Vicky Bouton Flower Emporium. So thank you, Sarah, as always, for the lovely, lovely inspiration. You know, I've mentioned this before, how much I love your style. So there you go, my friends. So this will not be the first May I Scrap Lift You layout that you are going to see. It is the first one that I have done. But I think you will have seen at least one more by the time this layout goes live. Thank you so much, and I will definitely be playing along with as much as I can for the May I Scrap Lift You, definitely the Sketch Sundays this month, and then I'm hoping to get back into a couple of my series. The first sort of my priority, I think, is going to be Mad About Mini Paper Pads, and then maybe Christmas in May. We're going to see how I feel about doing a celebration layout. We'll see. Sort of a Christmas holiday-ish kind of layout. We'll see. But I definitely want to get to Mad About Mini Paper Pads. I don't think I'm going to make Rainbow Crush this month. We'll see. Maybe that would be, I think, maybe priority number 2. So we'll see. But thank you so, so much for being here with me. The playlist is, of course, down below. I will link Sarah's channel down below as well. If you're playing along with May I Scrap Lift You, let me know. Are you doing your own list? Are you using Crystal's list? And are you having fun in your scrap space? I'll see you back here soon. Thanks as always for being here. Bye for now, friends.